Hi, welcome to Sapima tutorial. Today I want us to consider inequality. Inequality. In mathematics, inequality is a comparison between two quantities that are not equal, unlike equation. Equation talks about comparison between two sides or quantities that are equal. Alright, so we have basic symbols we use to represent quantities or comparison between two quantities in inequality. The first one is greater than, the next less than, then we have greater than or equal to, we have less than or equal to, we as well have not equal to. All right, let us add this as equality sign. These are the basic operators used in mathematics, in solving inequalities in mathematics. Okay, so let us look at the use of all of them. For instance, I have a quantity of orange in a basket. I don't know the exact amount. Let's assume 50. Now X is the orange. If the orange is exactly 50, I will say equal to 50. If I don't know the number of orange, but I am thinking it is up to 50 or more, I will say X is greater or equal to 50. If I am thinking it's up to 50 or less, I'll say X is less than or equal to 50. But if I am sure that orange is bigger than 50 in quantity, I'll say X is greater than 50. Then if I am sure it is less than 50, or I am thinking it is less than 50, I'll say X is less than 50. I can also say that the orange is not equal to 50. That is when I know for a surety that the orange is not up to 50. We can say not equal to 50. So these are the usage of the basic inequality symbols. I would like us to take some examples, but before then, you consider some basic rules in solving inequality. Whenever you are solving inequality and you meet a problem like this, a negative number attached to a variable, of course, to make the variable subject formula, we use that number minus 2 and divide both sides. Inequality rule says that whenever you divide by a negative 2, the sign will change. Therefore, I will now have X less than minus 2. That is one of the rules in solving inequality. Then another rule says that whenever you multiply the both sides by a negative number, then the inequality sign also changes. For instance, I have a negative X. To eliminate the negative sign here, I can multiply by negative 1 on the both sides. Minus 1 times X will give me X. Minus 1 times 4 will give me minus 4. But inequality sign will have to change. Another case is when we take the reciprocal of inequality. For instance, if I have X over Y equal to 2 over 3, the reciprocal of this equation, Y over X is equal to 3 over 2. This is reciprocal. But in inequality, whenever you take reciprocal, the sign will also change. Considering the same variable and numbers, if this is X over Y greater than 2 over 3, taking the reciprocal, Y over X, the sign will now change to less than. So this is the third property we have to take note of. Having considered this, we'll take one or two examples and simplify. In order to simplify this, we'll be looking for three things at the same time. Find the value of X in the inequalities. Number 2, represent the information on the number line system. Number 3, write out the numbers in the range. These are the things you'll be required majorly in inequality. Solution. The first one, I have 5x minus 4 greater than 11. Find a way to make x the subject formula from here. Carry 4 across, collecting like times. We have 5x greater than 11 plus 4. 4 will change to positive, crossing the inequality sign, just like in equation. At this point, I'll have 5x greater than 15, adding here. Divide both sides by 5. I will have x greater than 3. We have gotten the value of x, which is the first thing we are required to do. Secondly, represent this information on the number line system. Before we draw this information on the number line system, take note, when we have greater than, we use an open circle and an arrow pointing towards the right for a greater than. For a less than, we use the same open arrow pointing downwards. For greater than or equal to, we use a shaded circle pointing up. Less than or equal to, we use a shaded circle pointing down. Let us represent this information on the number line. Of course, I have a number line system where here is the 0. I'll have 1 here, 2, 3. This part is negative, negative. Now, because I have x to be greater than 3, I'll go to my 3, draw a circle here, and point it upwards. So we have represented the information on the number line system, which is the second thing we are required to do. The next thing, we are asked to get the numbers in this range, the numbers in this range, or the range of numbers in this inequality. We say that x is a number that is greater than 3. Therefore, that number could be 4, 5, 6, or other numbers that are bigger than 3. So we've been able to get our value of x as 3, represent the information on the number line system, and we have been able to find the range as 4, 5, 6, and above. Let us solve number 2. I have number 2 as 5 minus 2x less than x minus 4. Make x the subject formula. 4 will come over to meet 5. I'll have 5 plus 4. 2x minus 2x will go over to meet x here. This is less than x plus 2x. Add here, we have 9. Less than. Add here, we have 3x. Dividing both sides by 3, I'll have that 3 is less than x. You can write it as x greater than 3. Represent it on the number line system. Here is 0, and 3 is on the positive side. So since we have x greater than 3, we do the same thing here. X is going towards the right. So the numbers in that range, x could be number 4, 5, 6, 7, or any other number that is bigger than 3. For the third one, 8 plus x. Now, whenever I have algebraic fraction, the first thing I do is to eliminate the fraction. How do I achieve that? Use the LCM of the denominator to multiply through. What does that mean? The LCM here is 15 because 3 and 5 can divide 15 without remainder. Put it outside, open a bracket, and write everything inside. 5x minus x, the close bracket. If 3 divides 15, I'll have 5. Use that multiply the numerator. That is 5 into 5x minus 1. Minus, if 5 divides 15, I'll have 3. Use that multiply the numerator. This is 3 into 1 minus 2x. And then 15, because there is no denominator here, 15 will go straight to multiply this. This is less than or equal to 15 into 8 plus x. Alright. You see, I've been able to eliminate all the numerators. Okay, next I will expand the bracket. 5 times 5x gives me 25x. 5 times 1 is 5. Minus 3 times 1 is 3. Then minus 3 times minus 2x. Take care of this sign. This becomes plus 6x less than or equal to 15 times 8 will give me 120. 15 times x will give me 15x. Connecting like terms, all the variables will come to the left, the numbers will go to the right. So I have 25x, and then I have plus 6x. I have 15x here, therefore it will cross the inequality sign to become minus 15x. 120 here. Then 5 and 3 will cross over the inequality sign. plus 5 plus 3. Remember, when they cross, negative becomes positive. So we add 25x plus 6x will give me 31x. 31 minus 15 will give me 16x. I'll have 16x less than or equal to 128. All right, so we divide by 16, divide by 16. This will give me x less than or equal to 8, dividing here and here. So we've gotten the value of x as 8. Let us get the value represented on the number line system. 8 should be somewhere around here. Representing this on the number line system, we pull up a line, shade the circle because it is less than or equal to. Then it will move downwards because we are plotting less than. All right, so we have finally the fourth one. All right. Now, looking at this problem, I have two inequality signs. How do we go about this? Cut the first inequality with the second part, the middle part. We have 3x minus 2 less than 10 plus x. Then cut the middle one again with the right hand side of the inequality. We'll have 10 plus x less than 2 plus 5x. You see what happened? I took the first and the middle. Next, I took the middle and the last. Simplify them separately. Bring the answers together. Simplifying here, I will have 3x, carry x across, that is minus x, less than, carry 2 across. I'll have 10 plus 2. This minus this will give me 2x. That's 3x minus x will give me 2x. 10 plus 2 is 12. We divide both sides by 2. I will have x to be less than 6. We've gotten the left hand side. Then on this other part, collecting like them as well. 2 will come and meet 10. So I'll have 10 minus 2 less than x will go and meet 5. I'll have 5x minus x. Minusing here will give me 8 less than 4x. Divide both sides by 4. I will have 2 less than x. The next thing we do is to bring the answers together. Let us interpret this. X is a number that is bigger than 2. So I can write it like this again. Then x is a number smaller than 6. X is a number smaller than 6. This becomes our answer. So whenever you have such a case, take the middle with the first one, take the middle with the last one, solve separately, bring the answers together like this. We can represent the information as well on the number line system. Here be 0. Then here should be my 2. If I keep going, I'll obtain my 6 somewhere here. All right. So I have x less than 6. I'll take it up at 6. Since I'm talking about less than, it will move down. And then I have x greater than 2. You know, if 2 is less than x, that means x is greater than 2. So I can also write it like this, x greater than 2. That means it will go up. I'll draw a circle here, and this guy will also go up. So the both of them will meet. This is the inequality line graph. The next thing we do is to extract the numbers that are in this range. Since we said that x is a number bigger than 2, it has to be 3. We start from 3. 4, 5. Take note that we said that that value is less than 6. So we are moving from 2 to 6. 2 and 6 are the boundaries. We cannot touch them because we're talking about strict inequalities. I forgot to tell us that these two are called strict inequality. Strict inequality, while these two, we call it weak inequality. They are weak inequality. Boundaries are scratched. Boundaries are not touched at all. So the numbers are 3, 4, and 5. Thank you so much for coming on board. I remain Sapima Tutorial. Please kindly consider subscribing to my page, like my videos, share this content too. your friends. Thanks a lot.